Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. Say, what did 50 Cent do when he got hungry? 58. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a preview look at Bestiary of Sigillum from Crowd Games. In Bestiary of Sigillum from Crowd Games, 2 to 4 players take on the roles of summoners, who are going to summon gigantic, mythical characters in order to destroy your opponent's castle. The game board contains 2 castles, one on either side for each character. That castle is yours, your opponent may never enter the castle, and that's where you're going to summon your creatures from, and it's also where you're going to try to protect during the game. The game board also boasts on the sides 2 catapult towers. Now you're going to try to control these catapult towers because that's how you're going to destroy your enemy in the course of the game. Next to the game board, you're going to have a Sigil of Time board. This is going to have kind of a dial and places for you to place your various abilities for them to cool down so that you can use them again. Now, at the beginning of the game, players are going to select various characters to use in the game. Now, these characters come in various sizes. They have vitality points, which is essentially their hit points, but they're also going to have different kind of classes. They're going to have strength. They're going to have agility, and they're going to have intelligence. And a wise summoner will have a mix of these because they're going to bring different abilities to your game. During the ability phase, you can move all 3 characters on the board. As soon as you move one character off of the castle, the summoner's rule allows you to bring another character directly on it. Now, during each of your turns, you'll be able to bring one character into your castle, and then you can subsequently move him off to make room for other characters that you'll bring in at the beginning of the game. Now, each player's turn has 3 phases. The first phase is the time phase. Essentially, you're going to adjust the time dial, and then if you have any abilities that are there and the pointer now points to those abilities, you can go ahead and place those back on your character card. They are ready to use. They're charged. Next, you have the ability phase. Now, during the ability phase, you're going to be able to take advantage of all of your characters' kind of kooky and crazy abilities. Now, first of all, you have kind of a basic ability. You can maneuver or attack. Essentially, at the top of your card, you have a little space where you can move a token either to maneuver or to attack. Now, maneuver allows, of course, your character to move in different ways. Maneuvering has only 2 limits. You can't move into spaces with other characters, and you can't move into your enemy's castle. Other than that, you can go wherever you'd like. But you'll also have an attack ability. And again, each character's attack ability is a little bit different. It may be dependent upon other factors going on, other tokens it is accrued. It may depend on, again, as I say, on adjacency or a ranged attack. There's different ways that those basic attacks can be made. Now again, depending on the characters, you have very, very different types of abilities that you're going to do. As I say, some characters rely on brute strength and they're going to want to be adjacent and just pound the guys next to them. Others have support abilities. Maybe their abilities are to give other characters more defensive power or offensive power or other special things that'll enhance them and help them to achieve their objectives during the game. So you go through on your turn, you play through all of your character's special abilities. Next, you have the control phase. Now what you're doing here is you're looking at who controls the catapult towers. And there are 2 catapult towers on the board, as I say, and whoever is closest to them, whoever has kind of the most control points, then gains control. So for instance, if you have one character on the catapult tower and one adjacent to it, and your enemy only has one character adjacent to it, then you have 2 control points, they have 1, you control the tower. However, some special abilities may give some characters more control points, so that they can kind of throw a monkey wrench into your desire to control that catapult tower. So you add up all your control points for each catapult tower, and if you control 1 or more catapult towers, you deduct that number of strength points from your enemy's castle. That's right, you're knocking down your enemy's castle through controlling these catapult towers. So players go back and forth, they are summoning their characters, they are moving, they are attacking, they are engaging in all sorts of crazy abilities, giving them greater defense points or other special abilities. They're attacking, they are being attacked, and then critically they are trying to control those catapult towers. Now, if ever at any time your character, your catapult towers are able to knock down your enemy's castle all the way to 0, then you win! Bestiary of Sigillum. Now, it's important to note that this is just the prototype version of the game for gameplay purposes. The actual final product will be tweaked, and you will have a plastic container to hold all of your characters and all of their special abilities. As you can see, this game boasts many different characters, each have many different special abilities, so there's a lot of combinations here that you can create with this game. And what that means is you're going to have a lot of replay value with each time you play it. These are quick games, almost like a chess match. So if you're looking for a game that has a lot of combinations, a lot of potential for replay value, and it's kind of a quick, almost chess match struggle to control and destroy these catapult towers and castles, then I recommend you check out this GameFound campaign when it begins here in a couple of weeks. I will post the link to the GameFound campaign here in the description. Please check that out and let me know what you think. Well, thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We'd ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. I'd also ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to please check out our my other channel, that is Cody Carlson, PhD, where we talk about military history and books on history and fun things like that. We'd really appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, now, let me ask you a question. Why was Billy Joel's clothes all wet? Because he didn't start the dryer.
Please somebody help me on my feet again, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
I have it tattooed on my inner thigh.